he said he watched Kahani and that moment when she takes out the fake stomach. And I went back home and I told my family I'm gay.
Wow. There are these new kind of stories and experiments that they find with them.
And yesterday someone was telling us that they started investing in the stock market after watching Scam. But two of the films had brought me a lot of criticism personally.
Yeah.
Those films were Hey Baby and Kiswat Connection.
Yeah. Hey guys, my name is Shravan Shah and today I'm going to be having a conversation with two coffee talented people in the house. It's Vidya Balan and Pratik Gandhi. What's up, guys?
Absolutely good. Oh my God.
I have to tell you, Shravan, I warned him, but he had no idea when you said, hey guys.
Oh, what just happened here? But listen, guys. So when I watched the trailer of Aur Do Pyaar, I was like, yaar, this is such a relatable story. Was that the same kind of reactions you guys received? Like, you know, when you guys received the script?
Yeah, I think I've seen aspects of this relationship in various people's lives.
Yeah.
You know, but what was most intriguing to me is that I've never known anyone in this sort of situation. It's quite bizarre. Yeah. So I was very curious to know, acha, I'll never know firsthand what happens if people are stuck in this situation, at least through the film.
Yeah.
You know, I might get a sense of it. And I thought it could be funny also. And really,
It is.
It is funny for others.
Funny.
It's funny for others, those who are observing these characters.
Yeah.
But the characters are in a messy
through hell.
situation. They are going through hell.
I mean, you just gave a super hit with Madgaon. This one looks like you're on your way for another one. How does that feel, man?
Oh, it feels so good, yaar. Sense of fulfillment, sense of satisfaction that all these years I was waiting for something like this to happen. And all these films are of different genre.
Yeah.
And as an actor, if I'm getting to work on different films with such accomplished actors, film after film, it's what else do you want in life?
But listen, you're working with the OG, okay? And with that, I have to genuinely ask you this, that every time there is a film that is up for release, I'm like, okay, Vidya's done this, now what next? And then you pick a subject like this, I'm like, yeah, what are you sitting with a fine comb and you're like, okay, let's look for topics that are not explored yet?
No, I get bored very easily. I've said this to you before also, Shravan. So I'm constantly wanting to be excited by what I'm doing. Otherwise, I lose interest. So it's in my own interest that, you know, I look for new things to do. And when I find that, when this story idea was narrated to me itself, I was blown. I was like, oh my God.
Was it an instant yes?
Yeah, as in I said, please write the script. Because Swati Iyer came to me with the idea and she said, do you think you'd be interested? I said, I'm interested, write the script.
So there are these new kind of stories and experiments that they find with them.
Oh, wow. Look at how he's put it. But also when I was I was researching today and I was going through a filmography, I realized 2009 was a time when you completely decided to change the kind of cinema in terms of the films that you were associated with. And today when I actually look back to what actresses are doing today, I'm like, bro, you're kind of doing what Vidya did a decade ago. And back then, I'm sure that your contemporaries were not doing that, right? So was it like a very, almost like walking on eggshells that, hey, if this does not work out, I don't know what's going to happen?
No. You know, Shravan, what had happened is I'd done most of the films I'd done thus far had worked very well. But two of the films had brought me a lot of criticism personally. Thankfully, not as an actor, but just for being, I think, disinterested. You know, for example, in my sartorial choices. And just, I think it was, those films were Hey Baby and Kiswat Connection. And I felt that, you know, I must take into account what people are saying. They're saying, if they're criticizing me, what are they criticizing me for? And I realized, I felt, oh, these are commercial films. So I don't need to do anything. I'll just sleepwalk through them. And I realized at that time that I did that because I didn't feel that challenged by those characters. So they were films, lovely films that went on to do very well also. But I feel I was a bit indifferent in them. You know, and that's when I decided that, okay, I'm not going to do anything that doesn't excite me anymore. That was the only choice I made. I said, whatever the choice now whatever I'm offered, I will approach it with what am I doing this for? Am I doing it because I want to work with a big banner or a big director or a big male actor? Or do I want to just, I think that's when I found myself.
Yeah.
It was almost like a rebirth for me as an actor. Or let's say not of me as an actor, but my purpose as an actor.
Yeah.
You know, and that's when I started making the choices I did.
No, and also I think that, you know, back then, today still I think critics still write a little vanilla, because back then they were in your face. And when you read that, I'm sure you need that thick skin to sit there after you've given your hard work, blood, sweat, and sit there and read criticism about yourself. So kudos to you for doing that. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Have you gone through something similar? Because 2020, because there are films I've seen you know, in the past, and 2020, the world changed for you after Scam Can, and I was like, wow. And I was like, guys, have you not seen Pratik Gandhi before? You're joking, right? So, did you know even back then that, hey, you know, this project is going to change my world?
You're talking about Scam, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about Scam.
Actually, when we were working, we were all enjoying it, the process. And we all felt constantly that something really good is happening. But nobody had a clue that this will become so big that it will change a lot of lives.
You've become a muse now of applause now. Applause muses become one now.
And yesterday someone was telling us that they started investing in the stock market after watching Scam.
Wow, look at you. Look at you.
So not just impacting producers and
Even people now.
Yeah.
Even people now. You know, just before I walked into the interview, I saw there was this kid who is a fan of Manjulika. You're back in part 3. How is that feeling? Empowering?
it's joyous.
Our OG is back.
It's joyous.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Bhool Bhulaiyaa has become a franchise.
Yeah.
You know, how cool is that?
Yeah.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
I'm working with a completely new set of people on this one, and I've shot for a few days already, and so far I've had fun. So I'm looking forward to the rest of it.
Because it's been years, right? Like since Bhool Bhulaiyaa release, when you get to revisit that character again, okay, like how do you tap into that? Because here you have also in your personal life, you've grown as a human being, right? And if you want to tap into something that you did a decade ago, how does one do that?
Can't.
You can't.
It won't be the same, yeah.
Yeah.
It can't be the same because I'm a different individual and I'm a different actor today.
Yeah.
Yes, and I think the character is also, it's not the same.
Makes sense.
So much time has passed, so nothing's the same. And therefore, I love that newness.
Which makes sense. Also coming back to Madgaon. So I went to Goa like when I was 30. And for 30 years I had 50 Goa groups, but none worked out. So when I saw their, you know, trailer, I was like, wow, this feels like a personal attack.
I'm still that person whose Goa plan never worked out with. No, I'm still that person whose Goa plan with friends never worked out.
Wow.
I don't have even friends now here in India. Now all my friends have moved out. Yeah, very personal attack. मैंने script पढ़ के सबसे पहले यही बोला था कुणाल को कि यार ये it feels like my story.
Yeah. But are you guys now flooded in your DMs with these kind of stories where people are like, listen, what have you done?
Yeah, a lot, yeah. A lot of love pouring in from all over, all different age groups across India.
Vidya, has this ever happened that you're probably, you know, just going, let's say, on a family vacation anywhere, and then somebody just walks up to you and they start pouring their heart out to you, and for 2 minutes you're taken aback and you're like, wow, I didn't know that film did this to somebody. Has this happened to you?
Yeah, it has. And it's amazing. And I love meeting new people, knowing their stories. I'm a very curious person. I'm curious about people.
Yeah.
So that's always, it fascinates me, you know. And I do feel like it's such a blessing that people suddenly feel that they can pour their hearts out to you because of a character they've seen you in.
It's just spiritual in its
it is.
form.
Like I remember this boy who came to me once and said, you know, he's gay and he kept wondering how to come out to his family. He said he watched Kahani and that moment when she takes out the fake stomach. He said, I watched that film and I watched 3 shows back to back because I wanted to see that there was some moment of truth that gripped me. And I went back home and I told my family I'm gay.
Wow.
I was like, what? You know, and he just, he hugged me and just cried.
That is so
I was
cool,
like,
yeah.
wow.
So cool.
Bums,
Yeah.
Actually.
Damn. Thank you so much for talking to me, for being the OG rock stars that both of you all are.
Wow, thank
We
you.
love watching you all on screen with whatever you all do, because this is brilliant to see artists like that, you know, to you, like you guys to, you know, be there and doing what you all are doing, because you guys are fab at what you guys do. So
Thank
keep soaring high always. I'm going to see you guys super soon. Till then, this one is a wrap.